Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. I'm going to go through my top 10 helpful hints to make your week run smoothly as an online reseller. Alright, my top 10 list of helpful hints on how to schedule your week. The first thing that you have to remember as an online reseller is each week is going to be totally different. There are times I get 5 boxes of product from a liquidation company and I'm making videos and I'm listing and I'm packaging and going through to check all the details about the item and looking it up and stuff like that. And then there are weeks where I don't get any boxes, and so what do I do on those weeks? And so one thing you have to remind yourself is, as an online reseller, each week is going to be different, but you need to start the week with a plan, otherwise you're going to just waste time. So here are some things to consider when being an online reseller, and things that you need to think about that maybe you haven't thought about before. So in no particular order, there's not an order of an importance, but I do have 10 items. So number one, you definitely have to do some sourcing of products, because you're not going to be an online reseller if you have no product to sell. So there are different ways to source products. You can go to retail stores, find things on clearance, flip it like that. You can go to thrift stores, buy things that are used and be able to flip on, eBay or Posh, or even some used items can go on Amazon, or you buy online liquidation. And so there's various different ways that you can source your product. So make sure that sourcing your product, whether it's online or actually going out to actual stores, is something that you plan on doing. Number two, in no particular order, number two is check your inventory. Find out what is it that you have been selling that sells well that you need to replenish. All right. So check your inventory, make sure that you have everything there that does sell well, and also check your inventory. If you've got stuff that's moving slow and it's sitting at the Amazon warehouse costing you fees, pull it back. Put it on eBay where it's not costing you money for storage fees, all right? Number three, check packing supplies. So make sure that you have everything that you need to be able to ship for Posh, for eBay, for garage sale sites, for Craigslist, all of those things. And also make sure you have the large boxes in order to ship into Amazon. All right. So check your packing supplies. Make sure you have the bubble tape and the packing tape and the stick-on labels, all of those types of things. Your printer has enough ink. You have extra ink cartridges. You have extra labels, things like that. So check all of your packing supplies, and then you can order if you need more. Number four, in no particular order, tell your money where to go, okay? So if you're an online reseller, you are making money, but you need to tell it where to go. Otherwise, it will just disappear into oblivion. So make a plan on how you're going to pay yourself. Make a plan on if you're going to pay off a particular bill. I'm getting ready to build a warehouse, and so I have a plan on how I'm going to make the payments for my new electrical, new Wi-Fi, and also to make the payments on the financing for the building. Make a plan, give yourself a goal of something you want to reach for, whether it's okay, X amount of my income is going to go towards a vacation fund, okay? You've got to be goal-oriented with your money, otherwise it's just going to feel like a sweatshop, and you're just going to feel overwhelmed and like you're running in circles, not accomplishing anything but making the almighty dollar that suddenly disappears. So tell your money where to go and have a plan for it, so that will help you when you need to have more hustle on the weeks that you really don't want to work, but you should. All right, number five, make sure you pay your bills. Make sure you are paying yourself. Okay, that's a biggie. Now, when you're first starting, sometimes you got to reinvest most of the money, but make sure you're paying yourself. Make sure you're paying all of your bills that are associated with the business, and make sure you have a separate business checking account so that you are paying the bills with money that is usable. Number six, make sure you're answering all of your messages on every single one of the platforms that you have, okay? So that needs to probably be a daily occurrence where you check your email, check your eBay messages, your Amazon messages, your Posh messages, your Facebook messages, all of those kinds of things. So number six is answer all your messages, because on specific sites like Amazon and eBay, you get docked if you do not do that, and they frown upon that quite a bit. Okay, number seven, track your expenses. This will save you in the long run. And so you need to track your mileage if you drive anywhere. And it could be simply writing down the town that you went to. Like I always mail my packages in the same town. And so I just write down, mail packages. Because I know what town that is. And then you can calculate all the mileage at the end of the year for your taxes. Or you could just have your standard, okay, I know this is 12 miles away. And so I know every time I write down that town, I know 12 miles, 24 miles round trip. So track your expenses. So track mileage, track anytime you purchase postage, which most of the time is tracked on your eBay and Amazon site, but you may want to track it separately if you so choose. Anytime you do any packing supplies. So if you purchase packing tape, bubble wrap, boxes, labels, the small labels and your big, huge mailing labels that go on the side of the boxes. So any of those things, ink for your printer, any kind of software, like McAfee, if you have like McAfee protection on your computer or Norton antivirus, any of that kind of stuff can be deducted as an expense as long as you're using it for the business, okay? So track your expenses. You will save yourself a lot of headache at the end of the year if you can track it now. Now, I usually track a lot of mine via a separate bank account, and so that helps me a lot. But just make sure you have record of all that. Number 8. Create new income strategies, okay? You can, yes, make money doing the same thing over and over again, but just beware that eventually sometimes other people will jump in on that, and what was profitable for you is no longer profitable because now you've got too much competition doing the same exact thing. So make sure you're always creating new income strategies, whether it's a new product you're going to sell, whether it's a new just a new market you're going to sell on. Like I recently added a Poshmark site, and so I'm able to sell clothes way easier on that than I ever was on eBay. And so making sure that you're creating new strategies and always thinking outside the box when it comes to making more money in different ways. And so that includes sourcing from different places. That includes, and if you notice, I source from many different liquidation companies online, and then I do a lot of retail sourcing. I don't give up a lot of my retail items that I source, but I do show you a lot of my liquidation. I'm getting ready to make 2 more new videos of 2 liquidation places. One is a brand new one, so be on the lookout for that. I'll be putting it out in the next day or 2. So creating new income strategies, making sure that you're bringing in income, various different platforms, always is helpful. Number 9, I probably should have put it at the top of the list, but I feel that it's very, very important. Working around family in real life, okay? So what does that mean? That means you can't just be a workaholic, okay? You have to have a life. Otherwise, what are you even doing this for? So making sure that you're making time for your family, but that it's not monopolizing your time so much that you can't do your actual job. So working around your family life and making sure that you're scheduling your work time to be available for your family so that you're not neglecting your family just because I got to get this shipment out, and so I'm sorry I can't go to your ball game today. No, don't do that. You have to live real life. Make sure you work around your family. Just be very diligent when you do work, and making a plan each week helps you to do that so you can relax and enjoy. One thing about working for yourself is you always feel like you're on the clock at all times, especially if you work out of your home or near your home and you're the only boss. You feel like, I always need to be doing something, but you also have to take time to live real life. And number 10, I think is really, really important. Make sure that you schedule a fun day at least once a month, whether it be I'm going to go out with a friend and get some coffee. I'm going to go to a ball game. I'm going to do a picnic with my family. It doesn't have to cost money, but make sure you schedule at least one fun day once a month so that you have something different every month to look forward to. Whether it's a hobby that you do, maybe you like to play tennis, maybe you like to play golf, maybe you like to go to a movie, things like that. But plan it once a month so that you have something to look forward to, and you know that this money that you're earning is affording you the opportunity to be able to do those fun things and live real life. So the last 2 that I mentioned are probably the most important because it's the one thing that gives you motivation on the days where you really just don't feel like doing anything. So these are my helpful hints. schedule your week. Think about each of these 10 items. Each week is going to be different. So start at the beginning of the week knowing what your family life looks like, what your regular life looks like, and then what your work life is going to look like based on those things. So schedule your week. Each week is going to be different, but think about those 10 things to consider, and hopefully this helps inspire you to get a lot done. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. If you are looking for resources to help you resell, just click the eBay link below to purchase my Hooked on Pickin reseller program, which I created from my 10 years of experience reselling. It has checklist cards for Amazon, eBay, and Goodwill. The Goodwill card has over 80 different tips, items, and strategies listed by department. The eBay card has a 6-step guide for reselling, and the Amazon card has a 6-step guide for reselling. They are fully laminated so they can easily go anywhere without being ruined. These are a great resource to buy. Just click below. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, just click on them here. And if you'd like to learn more about the reseller world, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thanks.